Welcome, friends of the channel. I present to you the mythical 40th anniversary. I've owned this car a year now, unbelievably. I can't believe how quickly time flies, but yeah, 12 months into ownership, and you've barely seen it, to be fair. The reason is, well, I bought this car for me. It's really easy to fall into the trap on YouTube, and a lot of people do it, is getting into this cycle of buying cars for content, and then you kind of end up on this hamster wheel that you can't get off of. So 12 months of ownership now, 2,500 miles on the clock, so it is driven, just obviously not as much as Little Irish. This is a very different car in so many ways. It is an exquisite 911 in so many ways. Very different, and I'm going to do a video on this car at some point this summer, I promise. I'm also going to do a comparison with Little Irish, because when I bought this car, a couple of people said, well, you've already got a rear-wheel drive manual 996 coupe, so why did you get another one? The cars are totally different, and I cannot wait to explain and show you how. But that's all to come. For now, I'm on my way to Paragon, where I bought the car from. It's got its annual service. Let's get the car to Paragon, up on the ramp, take you underneath the car so we can have a good look around, and then going to give my assessment, really, after 12 months of ownership, of the 40 Yara. This was a different visit to Paragon for me, as instead of hanging out in the showroom, I'd be in the workshop, where the 40th would be in the hands of Kieran Ashdown for its annual or minor service. Kieran soon got to work on the 40th, while I admit my attention was focused largely on the 996 sitting next to it in Paragon's first-class workshop. Have a look at this. Anyway, Kieran began with initial inspections as part of the company's comprehensive checkup, monitoring overall condition of the vehicle before dropping the oil, which had covered just 2,500 miles since its last visit. Look how clean that oil is.
That oil was still very clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing.
While that was going on, it was great to take a look under the 40th and get a gauge of its general condition, which in some areas was squeaky clean. That's just through my rose-tinted eyes though, so let's get the expert view from Kieran. So here at Paragon, the 40 Yara is on the ramp, joined by Kieran.
Hello.
So Kieran, first of all, thanks for taking a look at this car.
Welcome.
You've seen this car before as it goes, so it'd be great to point that out, if that's okay, but then also just kind of show people at home general condition of the car, if there's anything that needs to be on the radar, or how it compares maybe to others.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Overall, this is a really good example of a well-maintained 996. There's no real areas of corrosion, brake pipes are good, all your lower arm bushes are all lovely and intact, not separating. No play in any ball joints, brakes are well within spec. All the little things like all your coils have been replaced for the modified version from Borg Warner. Your rear main's got a little kind of very slight damp bit, but it's nothing, it's not dripping. It's one of those things that a lot of 996 have. So unless it's dripping, we won't touch it. All your flange bolts are in good condition. They are very common for going on these. Box concertinas, all good.
This is in sharp contrast to Little Irish. You forget that this is what it's meant to look like.
There's no signs of air conditioning leaks. That all works. Pipes all good all the way along. Same with your brake pipes. We take this under tray off because it's common water trap and catches here and causes corrosion, but we've previously waxed all these and they are holding up very well.
Amazing.
Same with the front end. Drop links we replaced last year, same with the front shocks, so they're all good. Front arms, trailing arms are all good, not knocking. AC condensers are all good. Pipes here, which can weep now and again from here.
Okay, yeah.
We see it on turbos and C4s and this because it's got the C4 front end. But they're all good. It is in very, very good condition.
Amazing. That's relief to begin with. So, yeah, there was something you pointed out, which I think...
The paint dots. Every technician at Paragon has a different colour.
Okay.
I'm grey, Ian's pink, Dave is orange, and Jim's red. We had a previous technician, Alex, who was green. On this one, we've got Ian at some point that's done a geometry and some other work on the suspension, and Dave was last year, so these are his current ones.
Yeah.
If you look up here on the bell housing, grey, and same with the drive shaft, that means I've most likely done the clutch on this car.
That's epic.
So, yeah,
so you can effectively, obviously we've spoken off camera and you mentioned you remember the car from last year, the prep and whatnot, but like, if it ever slips your mind and you see many cars, it's kind of the proof is there, and it kind of almost like gives a history of the car.
Exactly,
company,
exactly,
you know?
yeah, exactly. It's easy to find out if you have looked at it and be like, oh yeah, I do remember this car.
Where this car was kind of sat, so 6 months dry storage, 6 months outdoor storage. I've learned that outdoor, it shouldn't just sit outdoors really.
Yeah, the things we see is normally like the inside faces of discs seem to corrode.
Yeah.
Like the outside will look lovely, but the inside will be gnarly. But these are actually really good. So you can see it's been inside rather than out, but then where it does, we see them like people leave them outside under trees and stuff, and they're like, oh no, but my brakes are fine, and then they're not. But yeah, you kind of get like a lot of surface corrosion on the alley parts. They kind of get like this weird little white fluffy tufts for cars that are sat still.
Yeah.
But this one hasn't got any, so.
Brilliant, yes, you can definitely tell if a car is just sat around outdoors.
You also get sometimes you get a judder through the brake pad.
Yeah.
Or through the brakes where the pads kind of put a shadow on the disc.
Okay.
We call it pad shad.
Yeah.
And it just gives like a weird little pulsing. It's not as bad as a walk disc, but you can definitely feel it, and this hasn't got any of that, so it's all good.
Excellent. Well, yeah, thank you very much for your diligence and expertise.
No problem.
I'm saying that off camera, I've learned so much from you already this morning.
Nah,
so,
no worries.
Thank you for that, and we'll see how we get on the rest of the day.
Lovely.
Wicked.
Wrapping up the oil change, Kieran put his marker on the sump plug before I gave the lad a rest, taking a cuppa from the showroom's workshop viewing window next door. While the 40th was there, I did ask Paragon for a quick geo-check ahead of its impending Nineworks road trip around Ireland, which saw the car move to Paragon's Hunter alignment ramp, where all was deemed to be okay. I'd also noticed the headlights had faded slightly in the last year, which is a common 996 trait, unfortunately, as we know. Luckily though, Carter, Paragon's own detailer, was quick to jump on this and had the headlights restored to as new before a final road test and wash. Meanwhile, curiosity had got the better of me, and so I asked Kieran for one last chat and a tour of the Paragon workshop.
While Carter has got the car outside, just having like a wash in the detail to finish, it'd be great just to have a look around.
Yeah.
Because there's some obviously cool stuff.
There is some cool stuff.
Namely?
Namely this thing. So this is I think it's a 2003 996 GT3 Cup car.
Yeah.
It was used by Mike Rockenfeller in the German Super Carrera Cup, which I think he won. We bought it as just a plain white car. Since then it's been painted and liveried, literally the three main colours. There's no stickers, it's all paint.
Oh, okay.
So like here is literally just paint, which is really cool. Yeah, and we're going through that. It's had new suspension, new full brake refurb. Got the engine over there having a full refresh, new new crank bearings, conroll bearings, piston rings, chains, tensioners, oil pump, the lot. Gone through the gearbox as well, which is stood over there.
Awesome. Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
I love what you were saying off camera about the gearbox oil
filter. Yeah. It has a filter on these, which is awesome. Road cars don't run the filter.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the bits are on the side.
That's awesome. So that's very much like work in progress, you were saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Other jobs.
In here we have everything we need really. We've got tyre changing equipment over in the corner, the main ramp for MOTs and geometry with the Hunter laser alignment system. All in-ground ramps, which is lovely because you get to open the doors at any point and there's no pillars in the way. It's air conditioned, which is really nice when it's really hot.
Nice place for you guys.
Exactly, full exhaust extraction systems. It's lovely. It's a really nice workshop.
Customers waving at you.
Yes, it's a bit of the old goldfish bowl moment, but we don't mind it. It's all pretty good. The door's all on remote, so no one has to push a button. We literally just drive around. We've got a little fob we push. We've got like an ultra wave cleaner, which is great for cleaning carburetors on old cars, 356s, early 911s. Oil on tap as well. Which is all here. So we have 0-40 coming out of here, water, air.
That's awesome.
Any of the other oils we have outside in storage.
Proper job.
And then we've got the Aqua Blast in the corner, which is great for cleaning up anything. If it's slightly corroded, aluminium comes up like brand new. So like if you've got hubs and you doing bearings, take the bearings out, clean all the hubs up. That's pretty awesome.
This GTS is coming in for sale, so
yes,
I guess is this like a pre-prep?
Yeah. So Ian's going through it and he'll be checking everything, brakes, make sure everything works, tyres, brakes, all the interior, all the switch gear, air conditioning, sat nav, heated seats if it's got it. Literally go through the whole car and anything that needs doing will be done. So when the customer buys it, they have no worries. It's basically a full thorough check, which then will be passed over to sales and they'll go through it. And then we'll get the nods to do it all and crack on.
Wicked.
And then it'll have like full geometry as well, and MOT before the customer picks it up.
Awesome.
There's a detailing room through there as well, because I know there's a car that's about to be
clean, prepped,
prepped,
through here. It's a bit noisier, but there you go. It's your car. But yeah, this is another sales car that we are prepping.
Again, a cool facility to have this on site.
Exactly, and it all ties in with next door with the furniture in here as well. So it all looks really nice. Air conditioned in here as well.
Thank you. Come back through. So that's kind of it. There's lots of variety in there. Like every time I've come here, I've always seen a mixture of like air and water cooled. You know, for you guys, that must be quite good. You know?
Yeah, we do everything from 356 to 992. So.
Kieran, thanks for giving us a tour around
You're
the
welcome.
of Paragon.
You're welcome.
It sounds so good, it handles so well. This thing is just magical. So it's actually been over a week since the first part of the video shot at Paragon where the car was having its service. Since then, I've done about 1,500 miles in this car, all round Ireland as part of the 2024 Nine Works Driven Not Hidden Collective tour of the Emerald Isle. I did zero filming in that and I loved every single moment of it. I took my brother Jack, who was co-pilot with me. Well, that came about really, we did a podcast on IMX Radio a couple of months ago actually called In My Lifetime. It was like bucket list things we'd love to do, and going on a road trip with Jack was one of them. So big box ticked there. Jack and I shared the driving in the 40 Yara. I have to say it was absolutely awesome. It was so nice to put some proper miles on the car and really bond with the car, but also, and a lot of people say this, it's absolutely true, you know, cars, they like to be driven, and with some miles stuck on the odometer over the last week or so, I feel like this car has blossomed. And I knew it was a special car anyway, but it's just underlined how damn special it is. In terms of precisely how it drives, I am going to do a video on it because I feel like this is so, I won't say undervalued because people accuse me of fluffing, underappreciated, not talked about, under the radar, definitely. More people need to understand how absolutely awesome the 40th anniversary is. So in terms of the last 12 months as an ownership experience, or 14 months really, and 4,000 miles, what's it been like? Well, it's been absolutely exemplary. I've needed 2 new key fobs replaced with no quibble, under warranty as part of Paragon's 12-month comprehensive warranty. That's it. Everything else works on this car and works beautifully. Like, the very best way I can describe this particular example is like a brand new car. It's 21 years old, but it's brand new. At the end of the service with Paragon, they do like so-and-so point check, looking over every single aspect of this car: suspension, engine, bodywork, interior, etc, etc. And there obviously is a traffic light system. It's similar to what you get at an OPC. The form for this is a sea of green. Everything works, everything is perfect, it wants for nothing, and it's a 21-year-old car. It means all I've needed to do is drive the thing when I choose to do so. 600 quid on a minor service, a little bit more than that on storage. That is it. It has actually cost me more to store this car than maintain it. Again, we're talking about a 21-year-old 996 here. It's definitely shown me the other side of the potential ownership experience. I love these corners so much. Yes. Yes, so it's getting carried away. It's definitely shown me the other side of the coin in terms of like the Porsche ownership experience. With Little Irish, it's like whack-a-mole. You fix something and something else rears its head, and it will always be that way. I'll always be needing to fix things on that car. This is just the other side of the coin. Low mileage, stunning, beautiful, time walk, a brand new car, and it's kind of my responsibility to keep it that way. As I think I've shown, like with the island trip and whatnot, it's not that I'm not driving this car, I'm just being a lot more choosy about when I'm driving it, and that's chiefly because this car feels so damn special. Sounds so good. It's a real privilege to own a 40th anniversary, particularly this example, which is so damn nice. And I really cherish that, and I really cherish every single mile I do in the car as a result. So I am a bit more choosy about when I drive the car. So the ownership experience has been perfect. It shows what you get if you buy from a quality and elite specialist like Paragon, and to be honest, vindicates the whole kind of Nineworks marketplace thing. And again, I know people are going to be saying you're fluffing or blowing your own trumpet here, but well, I'm not, because I've put my money where my mouth is. I've backed the product that I'm giving the Porsche enthusiast sphere, only working with certain brands and specialists with brilliant reputations and deliver brilliant product, brilliant service. I've then spent my own money doing that. I'm over a year down the line now. I have zero regrets. I'm definitely not selling this car anytime soon. It's exemplified my own decision, and I hope goes some way to painting a bit of a picture for you in terms of what you could potentially expect if you did the same thing. The other thing is, look, I knew how brilliant these cars are. I've driven a couple of them over the years. Owning one is obviously different. You know, there's a difference between driving one for a day and owning one for 14 months. So 14 months in with this car, I've realised that this car is even more special and even more brilliant than even I realised. And this is why I can't wait to do a video. Just love the sound. This is why I'm going to do a video just on how it drives very soon, because honestly, it is brilliant. So yeah, that's kind of about it really. For those of you nosy enough to want to know how I'm getting on with this, the answer is absolutely brilliant. And just because you're not seeing it so much on YouTube doesn't mean I'm not enjoying it. If anything, as the days and months are going by, I'm enjoying and loving this car more and more. I feel like I'm driving a really important piece of Porsche history. It's definitely special. I really cherish how special the 40 Yara is, and this particular car for its condition. And I'm looking forward to owning it for a long time to come. Thanks very much for watching this garage update really on Nineworks TV. We'll see you again soon, hopefully with some news on how Little Irish is getting on, because it's still sitting broken elsewhere in the country. So more on that soon. Thanks for watching, thanks for your support of the channel and Nineworks and the DNHC generally, and we'll see you in another video soon.